Lights. Welcome, 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 my beautiful friends, ladies and gentlemen. Here I am with another car talk. Welcome. Today we have a bit of a humorous topic, but only with a title. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband, or even better, from your husband finding you. As that's the man, the husband who finds a wife, finds a good thing, right? Uh, but just for the sake of this title and for the comedy sound of it, um, a lot of young women are very misled by modern culture, by all this popular culture beliefs. So many women are misled, and they think that spending time on men that do not have uh, any serious intention, that cannot really offer much, that especially committing. I want to talk a little bit about how painful commitment without without how painful the experiencing commitment for a woman, without an actual real commitment. Most women cannot decipher, cannot see the difference between feeling like a wife and being a wife. They feel that it's okay to give a man a husband treatment while this man have not made them a wife and haven't chosen them. If I could tell you every heartbreak, every story that I've heard through the life, through my life and through everyone I've met, most women had believed that the men had chosen them simply because they would the men would give these ladies a relationship, just calling themselves, okay, you're gonna be my girlfriend, or as if this is a status. For the men who are watching me, telling a woman that she's your girlfriend is not really a status. It's not a status. It's not recognized by the church, not recognized by the bank. It's not something you is officially or even spiritually recognized. And therefore, so many women end up having heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak because they too quickly trust a man and bonding with a man that is not even theirs. A woman's nature is such that when we are close with a man, we are getting used to him, we are connecting with him, and of course, especially if we have intimacy with him, we are getting very much attached on emotional level, in our soul, in our heart. We cannot help it. This is how nature made us. We get easily attached to the man we are intimate with. We have certain hormones that create this bond, and that's why it's so traumatizing for a woman when she trusted and she truly believes a man, when the man tells her that I love you, and people start living together because, we no longer have these restrictions by the government or by the law or by society. And women often start living together with men, not realizing that there is nothing in it, that this man actually have never chosen them. So many women living with a man like a girlfriend, and they think that this is love and they will have a family and they're the chosen one. But in reality, so often, so many women cater to men only to be a placeholder. Because to their friends, if this man friend would ask him, hey, what do you think about Catherine? Or, what do you think about Diana, your girlfriend? Uh, Are you going to get married? So many men would tell to their friends, hell no. But they would never say this to the woman that they are living with or having very intimate relationship with. So for a woman, it's always a tragedy to lose time. It's always a tragedy to lose time. I cannot believe that mothers do not teach women here. Yes, I am from just one second, guys. I need some cold air. I am originally from Eastern Europe, and our mothers taught us a little bit more than here in the West. For those who are new, welcome. I live now in the United States, and I have been here for a while to learn, to learn to absorb some of the culture. And if you are a mother and you listening to me, please talk to your daughter, especially if she's adolescent, if she's coming of age. Tell her about her time, that her time is precious. She was made to give life. And men, those of you who are casually dating women and promising them the stars and the future when you know you're not gonna do it, you are in for some very bad karma, because you are stealing from a woman something precious that is very much limited by time, by health, by their health. Some women are healthy where they can have children even in their 40s, but the issue is you don't have as much time, you don't have usually as much energy, and it's just not fair. You can have child late if you want to, but this is just unfair. I've done a lot of consulting, and mostly I've consulted Western men who decided to marry women who are more traditional, and later in life, mostly later, like 45 plus. So some I would say even in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. And what I did not expect is that some of the men would tell me, I feel guilt. I feel guilt. When I was young, I did have a beautiful woman on my side, and I took 10 years of her life. I've never committed, I've never signed a marriage certificate. I was obsessed with my career. I was obsessed with myself. I never thought about a beautiful woman that I'm stealing time from. And now I am punished. And how these men felt punished is that they were pretty much getting done with their career. Again, some of them mid 50s, 60s, and even 70s. And they said, I would do anything to have a son. I would do anything to have a daughter. I would do anything to turn back the time and respectfully commit to a woman that gave me years of her life, loving me, taking care of me, and I cannot forgive myself. And my life has a big lack that it comes especially to men that don't have big families. Sometimes you have brothers and sisters and they have children, so even though you don't have your biological daughter or son, but you have multiple siblings that have children, so you can be this cool uncle, and that is nice. Not the same as having your own son, but when you have a family, you have a community, you have something to give your legacy to, if you build a business, if you build a company. But I was very surprised to see pain in men's eyes. I'm gonna read all of the comments. Welcome everybody and thank you for joining. I was very surprised to see pain in men's eyes because, in Eastern Europe, we were taught that, kind of like it's mostly women, who want relationship families and that suffer if they miss their window of having children. And to an extent, we are just, love is our life. We were made to love. We were made for love. We were made to nurture. We were created to experience this unconditional love and giving life. And why I put this title, the title of this video is don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Don't let men that don't know what they want, not choosing you as a woman, being hot and cold and playing games, not really supporting, not really providing, not really protecting, not having plans. Don't make this sort of game hot and cold. Um, don't don't make it. Don't think of it more than it is, because every man knows if he meets the woman of his dreams, the I would say the woman for life. He knows what to do. He doesn't need to be begged, told, asked, forced. A lot of women feel when they give years to a man, they feel very insecure, they feel a lot of pain, they feel devalued. They don't want to give up now because they already put so many years, and it's just really painful all around. So I would say that a woman does not have a luxury to date one man at a time, meaning not date an intimate way, because I know everybody's gonna be, oh my god, what are you talking? No, by date I mean courtship, where you going out, you meeting men, you learn about their family, you learn about their career, you learn about their expectations for the future, about their character. You don't get into, if you're a smart woman, you don't get into intimate relationships with men. You just consider different candidates for your courtship. It's a smart way. Back in Eastern Europe, back in old Russia, all these men would come to a woman's house when her parents are present. They would be dressed like gentlemen. They would bring gifts. They would bring presents, and parents and a daughter would have like kind of reception, I don't know how to call it. And so every man would tell about himself, his intentions, his family. He would prove that he's financially stable, because children need food, children need protection, children need shelter, children need mother that is there, not a mother that is slaving away and not able to raise your children. But that was, I'm talking about courtship time. That is, I would even say, before the revolution, when there was certain elite and people were very they didn't take this lightly. They did not take it lightly, because a woman's destiny would solely depend on the man she chooses. And I think there is nothing wrong with bringing this back. Hello, everyone, welcome. There is nothing wrong with bringing it back. Um, a woman, most women make a big mistake when they become an intimate with men who have no intention of proposing and making them a priority in their life. Because again, we are different. We bond with men that we are with, and nobody is entitled to our body. For ladies who are watching me, I received a letter with a lady asking me that she's they're going on this trip, and she was worried. You know, she's dating, I guess this man is courting her, and she's worried that, you know, he might expect something from her. And I just told her, you know, no man is entitled to your body. There is no entitlement unless he is your husband. No man, we live in a culture when it's expected. Oh, okay, this is a third date, so well, you know, if you don't become intimate with me, why I'm buying you all this? You know, nobody's asking anybody to go overboard. It's not about a quick gain for a woman. What can I get from this man? You know, can I quickly go shopping and take everything? No. A good woman, she looks also with a perspective. Is this man have a great character? Would he be a good husband, a good father? So I think it's incredible to be able to go on the trips together, and having your own space. It's nice to experience things, to learn about the person. So many women feel that guilt if they don't get intimate with a man. But I told a friend, would you rather feel guilt uh, not being intimate with a man, or would you rather have a broken heart and possibly a child? I would go with guilt. Self-respect and boundaries. Yes, John, welcome. Benjamin says, exactly. Well, I'm so glad that I have men who agree with this as well. You know, there is a reason why we had lost class in our society here in the West. There is a reason. And the level of the class and level of our society very much depends on women, because women are educators, women are raising children, women are setting the standard, which is which is required, a requirement for a man, like a requirement of entry, so to speak. And unfortunately, some women have such a low requirement of entry where they are basically don't have a require. All the man needs to say, you're so cute, you're stunning. By the way, ladies, if you're watching me, if you're with a man that mostly commenting about your appearance, excuse me, when the man is mostly commenting about your appearance, he keeps telling you that you are stunning, stunning, beautiful, beautiful, and that's mostly it. Just know that you are mostly um, it's not that special because you are mostly objectified as a woman. You are mostly objectified as a woman. I was always wondering why some people are so extremely um, not that they're not creative, but so extremely focused on these compliments that focused on a woman's appearance. You know, it's okay sometimes, yes, to say yes, you're beautiful, but there is more than that. Also, there are different way. Oh, thank you so much. You know, there are different ways to tell a woman about her beauty, about what she. You can even make more detailed compliment about her grace, her beauty, what she brings. But when you just keep telling a woman you know you are stunning, you are hot, that's all you notice. First of all, it's very general, and secondly, it is. An extreme focus on your appearance. I actually had an admirer. Thank you, I appreciate it. YouTube citizen says you bring light to this world. Thank you. I'm fully receiving this wonderful compliment. Thank you. I actually want to take a small break, and I want to text one of my mods real quick. Forgot to say. I actually didn't text any of my mods, but I know some of them, they are here. So yes, for those who just joined, we are talking about very big deceiving strategies that many women um, just assume, because they don't have good guidance from their mothers and fathers. When they coming of age, they think that it's okay to purposelessly give themselves to a man that have no intention of commitment, or even if the men have intention of commitment, it doesn't mean anything. We need more than intention. We need um, an action. We need a confirmation. We absolutely need a confirmation as women, because we have our mission, we have our beautiful purpose, we have our children to raise. Every year that a woman loses when she wants to be a mother, you don't know how much it costs. I have friends and women in their mid 30s, early 40s, late 40s, that trying to have a child now, because when they were younger they gave their time away, and now, you unless you have some extremely good insurance, the cost of freezing eggs, the complexity of doing that, um, the cost, emotional, mental, financial, if you don't, even if you have insurance, it's such a tremendous cost. So if you don't have these intentions, uh, if you know that you can't offer much to this woman, if you know that you have zero serious intentions, you have to make it known, because when you steal the woman's precious time, you really making bad karma for yourself. It's a major sin. And yes, you might end up like some of my consulting clients that I'm telling you, I did not expect to hear from men regrets for using women, not committing, taking years of their life, then never meeting a good woman like they had, that was loyal to them, and then ending up completely alone. Not everybody have big families, not everybody have brothers, sisters that you're in a relationship with, that you have good relationship with. And some of men I consulted were very much interested later in life in meeting people, in meeting women that were open, but it was a very hard subjects. Like, men would ask me, Veronica, what do you think? I am 63 and I really want to still have a child, and it's a man. Technically, if you're a healthy man, yeah, you can have a child. A woman can't give birth at 63, but a man technically can conceive a child. I mean, can create a new life. But what the question rises, what the question we have here, how much longer you going to be alive? Not every man makes it to 65. I cannot tell you how many of my clients actually who were older, I mean, are no longer here, because unfortunately, especially men who are not married, they seem to live a lot shorter. Especially when you're older, it's a different ball game. And so, yes, if you have some money in a bank and you have good health and you have a younger wife, technically you can still have a child. But my question is it fair to a child to have a father that would be 75 or 80 when he graduate high school, which is not even a guarantee? So that is a different subject. That is a different question. So women have a shorter window of fertility, and men have shorter lifespan. So really, we all have limitations. And a lot of women falsely think that they have the luxury to give years of their life to boyfriends. You know, this boyfriend took 3 years, this boyfriend takes 6 years, this boyfriend took 7 years, and before you know it, it's all evaporated. In marriage is different because yes, you can possibly still have a divorce. But when a person is committed to you, first of all, it's a sign that this person will be is having intention to be with you, having intention to have family with you, will legally protect you and your children, and have intentions. A man who is not even willing to show the intentions um, is not qualified to begin with. But a lot of time women give those loyalties to men who do not even intend. It just shows a commitment. Yes, you know, unfortunately, people die in car accidents, divorces happen, everything happens. But you show intention that you are here to stay, that you're gonna have first conflict, or the first bubbly stage evaporates. You're not going to say, okay, well, you know what, bye, and you're texting 10 other women on 10 different platforms. No, you're there to stay. So I think it's very fair when we tell another person what our intentions are. My dear friends, this channel is not about my personal life. So my intention is to share some insights with you because that's what I have been doing for a while now. And yes, I am just bringing different insights. And if you enjoy the conversation, you are welcome to stay. Okay. And I'm very glad for my mods. Thank you. Nobody, remember, nobody is holding you, nobody is forcing you to be here. So thank you, thank you, thank you, my dear friends. Um, 1 second, I'm gonna tell one of my beautiful friends that I'm live. Yes, I'm gonna read some of your comments, guys. But yes, I made a reel today, but actually I'm gonna make couple of reels that are gonna be, you know, just have this a bit of a humor in it. But for those who are joining, the topic of the video is don't let your boyfriend prevent you from finding your husband. Don't. Because nobody is entitled to a woman's precious time. And if you're a lady watching me, please talk to your daughter, not out of fear, you know, not out of guilt that, oh, if you have intimate relationship with men, you're going to be, you know, it's normal. Most young people are living with somebody, right? Because we lost the culture, we lost responsibility, and we lost the class. So, therefore, I really love when women, mothers, talk to their daughters and gives them that ultimate feel of their worth and value, and letting them truly understand that it's not out of shame, but it's out of value. It's like, you know, sometimes I imagine is that you have a beautiful crown. Thank you so much, my dear friends. Thank you. You know, a woman has this beautiful crown on her head and with many jewels. So each time she gives herself to a man that does not respect her, does not have no good intentions toward her, try to offend her, try to belittle her, and she give herself, her heart, her emotions, and of course her body to this kind of man, she losing some of those jewels. That's why so many women, when they have in all these casual relationships, and then they come to certain age, they feel that they have no energy. They feel they cannot understand why they feeling all these depressive thoughts, why they feel so frustrated. Most times it's because they've trusted too many promises, too many words, too many casual men. Again, nobody can give you 100% guarantee in this life for just about anything. But men, I have so much respect for men who show up with that innate that know how to take charge in things. They shown up with in a leading position. They respect the woman and her value, and they understand the responsibilities that they have. They meet the woman's father. They meet her brother, so not father, maybe not alive, but that's how it used to be. And yes, I said this and I said this again, a woman needs to have multiple suitors. It's okay to be courted by multiple men that bring values that meet your parents, and this does not include intimacy. That includes getting to know the man, his family, what he has to offer, his character, before deciding. Nobody is entitled to a woman's body. Ladies, never feel guilty. If you worried that a man spent something on you and now you have to be intimate with him, um, look, what was that? I literally had a friend who was embarrassed that this man bought her lunch, and she felt like she has to, you know, pay him back. And I told her, don't you have extra $20? Just pay back the money. If you feel so guilty, you nobody is entitled to your body. I see so many very weird comments. I cannot really read them because I'm trying to stay on the subject, but I'll look at some later. Um, so many men online bashing women, telling that women are 3 or 4s, which means very derogatory terms. They are this and that and the other, and yet they don't offer no commitment. Yet they are looking for women who lost their way. They are looking for women that have no father figure, that have nobody to nurture them, to daughter them, to a young woman need both a father and a mother. A mother teaches a young woman how to be gracious, how to be elegant, how to be feminine, how to be a woman. And the father showing a daughter what to expect from men. When you talk derogatory to women, just imagine you're saying this about your mother, your sister, and your daughter. Cheers. Um, I'm going to ask my moderators if you guys see some interesting question, because it's becoming more comments here, and I'm trying, when I try to form a thought, I try to not to get too distracted. We have absolute trash comments, and we have beautiful comments, and we have some interesting questions and observations. So I don't know if there is any way that I could track the interesting comments or observation that I could respond to them. This channel is not about me. It doesn't matter what my ideal person is. It's not about me. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Gold. If a man allows himself talk badly about his mother, especially if it's disrespectful, he will never treat you right. If he talks bad about his ex, he will never treat you right. This is going to be you. Even if the mother, this is life. Sometimes, men do not, we don't we are not always blessed with having a most nurturing, most loving mother. Sometimes, mothers die, leave, things happen. Usually mothers stay, usually it's unfortunately the father that is more, um, you know, that is gone for this reason or another. But, there are women that are not nurturing, that are not um, capable of being mothers. And even if you're a man that had I have some followers here who had bad childhood, they didn't have a good mother. Still, do not talk disrespectfully about your mother. Do not, especially to somebody, even if she made the wrong choices. You don't know what was in her heart. You don't know if she had support. You don't know if you don't know what was going on. But even if she struggled, you can talk about this with God. You don't have to talk about that and being disrespectful to a woman that gave you life. But generally, most people, well, many, I would say probably most, have a mother that nurtured, loved, and took care. It's still more on a rare side. It's more on a odd side that your mother neglected you, abused you. God forbid, God forbid. But when you had a beautiful mother, you're lucky. If your childhood wasn't so good, maybe your mom was addicted to alcohol or any other things, still remember that she gave you life. At the very least, she went through the childbirth with which feels like 40 broken bones at once. If you a woman, you ever gave birth, and if you never give birth, so you're not a woman, it's something that women used to die from. She still gave you life. But most mothers did a lot more than just giving life. I don't know about the percentage. Actually, it would be interesting to see if there is any statistics. But from all my friends, life in general, it's still on the odd side that you have, very bad parent, very bad mother. Yes, it doesn't matter. Also, when you are a man, you come into dates, and the best thing is the thing that you do is you try to connect with women by telling your traumas, by telling about your horrible ex, your horrible sister. Do you understand that you are poisoning the chance to, like, you're poisoning the chance of creating anything? Like, you are, it's like, I love drinking tea. Like, I have this delicious tea, and I will put, just 1 teaspoon of I don't know, of dirt. Why? Sometimes we interact and we have painful things, but whatever somebody else done to us before, it's not for the new person to pay for. It comes to women as well. If you had an abusive partner, if you have an abusive, maybe father, brother, it's life. If you had that, it doesn't mean that you met this wonderful man and you are accusing him of something that he had never done. The person that God is blessing us now has nothing to do with our previous experiences, and sometimes we are given a beautiful prize almost. This is water, if people are wondering. I just like beautiful glass. Of course, when I'm live, everybody needs me. Man, I wish I could read the comments. Okay, I have some nice messages. Okay. All right, guys. Yes, I wish, there was a way to highlight the good comments or the interesting comments. I think maybe I could do that. If I go live on a yes, if I go live through StreamYard, then I guess I could do that. Thank you guys for being here, and unfortunately I missed tons of comments, but oh, somebody's telling me effects of not drinking water, so I better drink my water. For those who are new, this channel is not about this channel is not about my personal life. Just have some water, drink. Thank you. I want to thank CCGB and Stan and Elizabeth for dealing with ungodly amounts of trolls today. But it's actually awesome. I'm very, very happy for the trolls. It means my channel getting exposure. It was a point today when I had 280 people on. So it means that finally I'm getting maybe out of the shadow ban. And soon we're going to have more people and more guests. That would be wonderful. Um, if you want to reach out to me, if you have a story, if you're trying to secure a woman of your dreams, reach out to me to my email, Instagram. What else do I have? Patreon. And if you want to support my conversations and also reach out to me with message, you can support me on my coffee side. One of the best things you could do is one of the best thing you can do is share my videos and also comment. Алиночка, привет! Thank you. Hola, mi amor. John, so wonderful to see you, my friend from Texas. I hope things are going well for you. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for taking time from your busy life and stopping by. It's wonderful to see you. And yes, feel free to send me update. I have some updates for you as well. You know, I consider you a long time, like I consider you more than a follower, but of course a friend. I hope you and your beautiful family are doing very well. And it's wonderful to see my oldies here as we go further. I took such a long time, such a long break from internet, and honestly, the problem is when take break from internet, I never want to come back because I just, like you put sugar in the water or sugar in your tea or coffee, it just gets instant. I get so much into my life that I can't into my feminine energy taking over, and I just stay away from everything. But the thing is, I have so much passion for teaching what I teach. And for those who just joined again, I would like to say that we are talking today, we're kind of joking with a title, but not joking with a topic. So we're talking today about that uh, the importance of um, a woman understanding the difference between committing to a boyfriend versus actually taking a real commitment from a man who is proposing to be a husband, especially in Western world. So many women are deceived and they think that being a girlfriend is some kind of status, it's some kind of security, it's some kind of future. And it's so painful to see women that give their most fertile years to men that took it for granted, destroyed their self-esteem, used, abused in many ways, then discarded, and then here you are trying to have a family, especially when it comes to women that want to be mothers and want to have a child. It literally, physically, emotionally, it cost too much for a woman to be committed to a man who had not chosen you, who had not made an effort to secure you, to provide for you, and to give you the base for starting a beautiful family. The more mature I get, the more I realize connections and how much women's destiny, women's psychological health, mental health depends on the choices of your partner. And It's a very bad karma for a man to do that once again. So remember this. A lot of my clients, men, told me that they had um, used, so to speak, the loyalty of women. They were focused on their career, never committed, took many years to women's lives, and finally were left. And now came to, they have all this experience, all this knowledge, all this legacy, but they don't have somebody to leave it to. How, everyone says that it's so important for a woman to have a child, and I absolutely agree with this. But for a man, I don't think it's any less important, and I will tell you why. Your whole line, your whole ancestry had made it through now. Since I don't know how many hundred thousands of years, million years, uh, you had fighters and survivors in your line. Now it came to you, and you are about to cut your entire line, especially for the productive men, for men who build something, for men who actually brought some value to this world. This is a very painful defeat because you're, especially when you are talented, your genetics are very powerful. When you created, okay, I don't want to say that that's the best example in the world, but let's talk about Elon Musk. I know he's a very polarizing person. Nevertheless, um, he he cannot be ignored for his input into the modern science, modern business. People say different things about him. We are not to gossip about his personality, but um, I don't think that this his family structure is too ideal. Obviously, he has multiple women and multiple children. Uh, Ideally, of course, is to have one family or at least one at a time, like some other famous people and politicians. But that's his style. I still think this is better than um, being so obsessed with your career that you have nobody to leave your legacy to. Again, for men that have legacy, that had evolved, that created all that knowledge, all that experience, you want to pass it to someone. And of course, you can be a mentor. If so happened, you can mentor young people. That's what a lot of people do. But of course, the best one is to pass it to your own. Second best, pass it to maybe not your biological child, but a child that you can make a difference in their life. So I think it's no less important for men as well. I don't think it's necessarily less important. And another thing is that um, women tend to have more social connections. Women tend to have better relationships inside the family. There is, children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, sisters. Women are more communicative. Women are more, how to say this? Women are more social. So usually women have more connections and they are more likely to fulfill their life when they're older, even if children are gone or so happens they did not have children. Women are still have this tendency to have, like, I would say, like a richer socially life. Because look at me, I've been talking for 49 minutes and I could probably talk for 49 more because women have 9,000 more words than men. We have 12,000 words to say, men have three. But that's how nature made us because we are communicators. We are communicators. And so for men, sometimes, when you enter in certain era of life, your career is pretty much over with, or you're done working, maybe you're retiring, and you have You're lucky if you were had big family, but if you don't, then all you have is empty house, and that is very, very sad. I'm smiling just because I'm very glad to see everyone. Okay, Sandra, I would love to put some music, but I don't think I'm gonna have a copyright because my channel right now isn't monetized yet. But yeah, I think I should be okay. It depends on author. I know this one is fun. I appreciate all the comments. I wish I would have my second other light. Let's see. I have my light at home. I need to get like a box of lights. Let me, you know what? I have my other phone. Maybe I can see some comments. What I'm gonna do is on my MacBook Air, I can see all the live comments. So I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna cry over the trolls, but I'm not gonna spend much time to look at stupidity, but I will look at your thoughtful comments that you had put today. Although, if you really want me to respond you personally, you can write your comment under the video. Once the live is over, feel free to write. If you had a longer comment, if you put all your effort and I didn't read your comment, feel free. No, we're not gonna cry. I'm actually very grateful to trolls because they helped me immensely. So thank you. Welcome back. Um, yes, so if you put a thoughtful comment or example or question, put them in a permanent comment section once life is over, and I will read and respond you personally. I'm getting some more and more comments on the videos, so I will, I'm gonna have some time when I'm resting, and I will respond to every one of you. Even I need a break. I do need to be paid for my conversation, for my speech abilities. But although my channel is not monetized yet again, but it doesn't matter to me right now because I love being able to share thoughts, and even if one person will come and talk to their son or daughter, while it still matters, or change their preferences, I would be very satisfied. I would be very happy. It breaks my heart I when I see women not realizing what they're doing to themselves by thinking that they are a priority, that they mean something for a man, and in man's mind, as a woman, he sees you as a placeholder. He's not going to commit, but he's going to get all the fruits and move on to the next one. This is just how men's nature and women's nature are. We are different. We are not the same. Okay, guys, I'm fading into the dark. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate. Okay, I'm gonna read comments from the. Okay, so we're gonna stop when the screen gonna get black. It means I faded into the background. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Are you ever coming to Australia ever? I would love to. If I would know somebody, I would love to see Australia. By the way, I was heartbroken with those fires. I hope that the land is recovering. Thank you for posting my Cashapp, CCGB. And thank you for those of you guys that take a moment and send me a little tokens of your appreciation. I really, really value that. Thank you. Elsa, hello, darling. Even beautiful, strong women need breaks. Yes, yes. Elsa, thank you for all your lovely comments on the channel. I'm gonna reply to your comments. Thank you. John, thank you. Say hello to your beautiful wife from me. Um, Thank you. Okay, I'm just looking through the comments. Paris, France, my dream. I gotta visit again. Basically, almost entire world is my dream. You either contribute to the harmony in the universe or to the chaos. Rightly mentoring your posterity is a right of seeing harmony in the world. Yes. Good evening, old man. How's your house and blood pressure? Very well, thank you. What about yours? The channel is about relationships. Yes, how to make the most of life. Thank you. I appreciate it, Elsa. You are so very sweet. Yes. Is this pre-recorded? No, it's not pre-recorded. Good evening. Okay. So happy my stepdaughter brought continuity and happiness. Just call her your daughter. You know what I mean? She's your daughter now. I'm so happy for you. I don't know if you're still here, John, but that's wonderful. Okay, I need to focus. And my mama showed us the women that the women is the weaker vessel, not less of but equal to the man. As a man, we must own up our decisions. Yes, even out of our marriage decision, lots of sorrow there. Yeah, yes. Thank you, Rosanda. You're such a gentleman. I appreciate having you. You always have something positive to say. You know, I love walking and doing a live, but I haven't made it to Verizon yet. And unfortunately, when I walk and do a live, half of live, the picture is broken, the voice get broken, although two of my phones have high speed, but alright guys, I don't want to go all the way up. There are too many comments. If you have something to say, post it now. I will give it another 10 minutes and then I'm gonna fade in the dark. Yes, I have an address and it's obviously private. It's a secret address. Man, there were so many thoughtful comments today, and unfortunately, I missed some. But there were a lot of unthoughtful comments too. How do you know I'm from Eastern Europe, except for my accent? Let's see, Italian, real gold, crystal glass in my car. Would a normal person do that? Absolutely not. You know, you can try to do something about your madness or you can just enjoy it. Oh my gosh, I love this song. My darling, you can, Alinочка, you can listen when you do something. It was a good topic. We talked about women don't get distracted by boyfriend and don't let a boyfriend to prevent them from a husband. approaching them. A lot of women have too much trust in a boyfriend status. So the topic is don't let your boyfriend prevent you from finding your husband. I can feel the tears of many women, depression, pain, and disappointment. Because a lot of women were raised to be loyal and have trust. But unfortunately, men's nature is such that we as women need guarantees. Словно слово любви, вся наша жизнь. I'm starting thinking. I'm done. Я не один, но без тебя никто. Every immigrant ever. You can write your comments now, questions. You have 5 minutes. You can learn Russian while I'm doing this. Alinочка, oh yes, I only wasted 11 years with my Spanish ex-boyfriend. Big mistake. I'm so sorry, my beautiful Alinочka. I'm so sorry. What a sacrifice. You are not alone. You are not alone. So many women, I was talking about this in the beginning, and I didn't look at the comments. I just felt this download from God today, from the universe, from every woman ever, is that give her beautiful, fertile years to a man that never appreciated, never valued, never cared to do what he was supposed to do. I think it's only honest from a man to just be upfront. But honestly, in many ways, it's a mother's job to make their daughter feel so valuable, so exquisite, so precious, where she would never give herself to a man if he did not prove his abilities, his commitment, and his dedication. And of course, father's role too. You know, not all of us growing up with fathers, because father often shows a daughter how she supposed to be treated. Also, father protects daughter from useless men. But not all of us have those luxuries. So all we can do is forgive ourselves from our naive nature and do a lot better. God can bless us sometimes, you know. I feel that some women keep looking young forever and being very healthy and are blessed with marriage and children later in life and ending up sometimes living to 100 years to 95 years old. um, I have a friend who just gave birth at 43, and she made a video about it, and it was beautiful because I read comments of so many women underneath your video. So many women wrote how they have been having great health, and their mothers also had so happened, you know, later motherhood, and they're still alive, you know, in their 80s. So sometimes God bless us for those troubles, and that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But I just want to make these videos because there could be younger women listening. They could be women that are thinking, oh, I don't know, this boyfriend, he's good to me. But first of all, ladies, once again, boyfriend is not any kind of status. Like here, people like getting all mellow, like, oh, can I call you now my boyfriend? This is absolutely nothing. It's a poof. It's not anything. You can go to the bank and say, well, my boyfriend, and they say, well, you're not on any papers. Your boyfriend what? You can, if God forbid he's in a hospital and decisions need to be making, again, you're nobody. And if you lived, I've seen some tragic situation in Eastern Europe when one second, guys, I'm gonna close my camera for a second. I've seen some situations in Eastern Europe where a woman would be, well, we're gonna get married, but we're having this child, we are doing this and that. I knew personally a woman who's she was already pregnant. They were going to get married after the baby is born. Her fiance dies in a car crash, and since she's not an officially a wife, his parents telling her to kind of free the apartment, free the, free. I'm sorry, guys, for the camera moving. You know, his parents suggest that she finds herself a place because they're no longer. So you risking everything as a woman. You are risking not everything only for you, but also for your child. But women often we have very strong bonding hormones. We start loving men that we are with, that we are close with physically. I'm not even talking about intimacy. That's a major bonding component. And in our mind, we're treating a man like a husband. We're doing wife duties. And most men, when they live in with a woman and they're not officially married, they write single. They write single, they say single. Most women who are living with a man say that they are taken or married. So let me read some of your comments. Oh, oh my goodness, what a question. Yes, I am in the United States. Привет, привет. Well, obviously that after 11 years, you realize it's not going to work. It's absolutely obvious. I don't know if Alinочka is here to answer this. Oh, but when you are young, you don't always have guidance, and not every mother has a traditional minded brain or traditional mind to, to just not force your daughter, not control your daughter, but sow some goodness in her and give her that love, give her that wisdom, that sense of value, that all of that. Not every mother can do it, not because it's a bad mother, but a lot of generations were raised in like very feminist era, and so they kind of got into this whole feminist agenda thing. So Nico or Naiko, I don't know if it's Nico or Naiko. It seems to me American females are much different than many Eastern European. Well, first of all, say women or ladies. In much of your opinions, you seem to speak of Eastern European female attitude. Well, you know what? I realize I want to teach this to all women. I want to teach these ideas to women of all nationalities, ethnicities, age, and everything else, countries and cultures. Yes, we are still more traditional in Eastern Europe. That is correct. That is true. That is absolutely true. We are still more traditional in Eastern Europe. By the way, with all this talk,
Oi, sorry guys. Oi. Yes, we're gonna be wrapping up. Also, look at this weird lighting, but you know how I look like. Yeah, we still have more traditional overall expectation and point of views, but it's complicated because even in Eastern Europe, a lot of women get into relationships with a man that don't choose them. And then they are in a lot of pain because they don't realize it. They don't know how to define that. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. They don't know how to, they think that if you are exclusive with a man verbally, it means something. And we know that it doesn't, unfortunately. It means that you will give the best of your time, energy, body, emotional. You guys don't understand that emotional energy of a woman, her vitality, her glow, all of that is so much dependent on the man she's with. You know, when a woman have a supportive man, she glows, she shines, and she can also glow and shine on her own. But when she has a man that is not faithful, not committed, not supportive, and she is trying to make something of it, this is when she is losing her youth, her beauty, her vitality, her fertility, and her emotional regulation, her mental and physical health. Women literally lose physical health because we are more sensitive, we are more vulnerable than most men. I understand the points that you are making. Society in the internet world are messed up. Females' perspective of morality is the real worst. Men need to be better, so do women. Here is the thing. People, I decided not to give up. I'll be honest with you, I was going to stop doing my channel because I was not getting any views. I have 5 people on a live. But then I thought, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I wanna share these insights. If even if they're gonna be several people that will change the course of their life or uh, re reroute or learn something from me, I can have it as a hobby. My life does not depend on the income or from YouTube, although I do consult. I love connecting with people in person. I talk to, well, I helped probably thousands of men. I used to mostly work with men only, thousands of men through the videos, but probably tens or possibly hundreds in personal consulting. And I know that I've helped. I know that it's very satisfying. And I think that the channels who are going viral, they have most degenerate women that comes to these podcasts. It's usually and very misguided young women that are misled, that obviously didn't, I can just look and say that they did not have a good mother or a good father. They are left to their own devices. They're covered with most outrageous tattoos and piercings and blue hair and all these things that ruin a woman's beauty. They are giving themselves, a lot of them are online sex workers. They are destroying their lives, and of course they're going viral because for their absurdity and promiscuity, and everybody point fingers and ha ha ha. But you know what? Imagine that girls that have all these tattoos, all these nose rings, all those body alterations. Imagine her 20 years ago when she was 5 years old. Do you think she planned to be this? Do you think she planned and wanted to be on a podcast talking about having, I don't know, uh, 1,000 men a night or 100 men a night or 500 men a year, or doing inappropriate content, adult content? Do you think that a 5-year-old girl, that's what I see, When I look at these women, I'm gonna get really emotional now. But that is horrible because the future depends on women. The morality of future heavily and culture depends on women more than on men because women set the standards. Women are nurturers, women are in daycares, women are in school, women are mothers that spend usually most time with their children. And if you think, people do these videos for money, for clout, to go viral, but they don't put on pedestal women who are doing beautiful things, women who make real breakfast and dinners, women who breastfeed and nurture their children. They don't put that content on. Yes, there are some conservative women online, they have some good things, but they're still personalities. They don't show real women that do beautiful work every day. And every time when you want to drag women, I'm talking about men of all ages, but especially men 45 plus, 50 plus, or, even in their searches, every time you want to drag women for promiscuity, from this, yes, we have a major problem in our society. But every time you want to do this, you see those. I don't watch those stupid podcasts because my blood is boiling. I cannot watch that degeneracy. I cannot. It hurts. But most people watch it with judgment and pointing fingers. So each time you look at women with all those traumas and tortures that are sex workers, that are traumatized with tattoos, hair, crazy body transformation, all that stuff, it's trauma. But when you see these women, imagine them. If they are 22, imagine them 15 years ago. Imagine them Imagine them some years back when they were 5, 6, 4, 3, when they just thought that they were princesses. Imagine that they never thought that they would look like this. I can guarantee you. They never thought that their life would look like this. And this is what our society, with no rules, with no accountability, do whatever you want, live how you want. This is what our society got. Thank you, TV shows. Thank you, pop culture. Thank you, God forgotten places where people have forgotten everything. Okay, I can't talk about this. Thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate it. It's so easy to point fingers, but those women, 20, 25, even 30-year-old, they are someone's daughter. They are someone's baby. Okay, I'm gonna be wrapping up, guys. I do have to go. I need water. I need vodka more. But I am very passionate about this, so I appreciate your support. I think my channel is getting out from the from this ban because my lives are more visible. I have a lot more people, and I'm gonna do regular horizontal lives. So please subscribe. Oh, I'm sorry, this whatever. Please subscribe to my channel. Because if you enjoy the content, don't subscribe if you cannot relate to nothing. But if you feel like you enjoying this content, please subscribe to my channel because I really want to do horizontal lives. They don't have as much exposure. Hopefully you will get notifications, and they will have some media, some photos, maybe I'll play some videos, so it will be a lot more entertaining. I know not everyone wants to hear my long conversations. Nevertheless, I have people who are reaching out to me, who sending me some little tokens of appreciation, and a lot I got some beautiful emails from the ladies, and um I love communicating. I love connecting. I love doing this. But I want to diversify my content and do like regular uploads, like 7-minute videos, 9-minute videos, and regular lives, not vertical but horizontal. But in order to do this, I need to, you know, we need to spread the message. Thank you, Sam. I agree. My mom is an example. I hope example of something good. Нельзя. Hello from Ireland. You are beautiful. Thank you, William. I am originally from Ukraine, but I'm Russian as well. Yes, we want to listen to your long conversations. You're the best. Well, yes, my darling. I want to listen to your long conversations. We gotta inspire you starting doing the lives. But thank you, my darling. I know you are very big. I'm talking to my beautiful friend Alina, and she's a very big proponent of traditional relationships, of family, and all the beautiful things. And she also has a website where she's offering matchmaking service. And she's just a very beautiful person. Thank you, Alinочка. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so emotional because I am worrying for the future. I really am. I really am. I don't want to get into details of what I see every day, but I'm sure you see it too. Okay, guys, we actually wrapping up. I am fading in the dark, and I need to go to the bank, believe it or not. Well, not bank, but like just a mobile, like ATM. And I need to go to the post office, but not to the post office, but a mailbox. Um, Nico is saying exactly the female set the standard. Yes, women set the culture, standards, emotional development, emotional intellect. You never want to have a woman that is not fulfilled, that is not educated, that is not wise to raise your children. Stop choosing women with all the surgeries. I mean, I don't mind aesthetics. I don't mind beauty. I don't even mind, whatever your preference is, but make sure that there is more. That when your wife is with your child, you don't have to worry with your common child. You don't have to worry about a thing because you know she's full of love. Your heart is full of love. Strong Russian accent. Well, actually, this is strong Russian accent. Okay, do you understand? Because this is a soft Russian or Ukrainian accent. You know, you know what I'm saying? You are having a strong Russian accent right now. Yes, I do. You know why? Because I can. Veronica, such a feminine woman. How's your mood? Great. Women should be held as sacred, but they need to be sacred. Yes, I agree. But everything begins when life begins, right? I want to thank to my mods. Thank you so much for being here, blocking relentlessly today. The first 30 minutes, I could only see maybe 1%. I was not looking at the chat because I wanted to convey a full thought, right? I'm fading into the dark. But I realized how much passion I really have for um, what I do because I haven't been monetized for probably a year or more. And at first it was discouraging because you don't, because your channel don't get. I made a mistake, so it's probably my fault because I made a mistake with community guidelines. But it's a mystery of its own. But I realized at first I was a bit upset, and then I realized that I cannot quit. So I really really appreciate everybody who's stopping by. Hello from the other side. I'm fading, so but I love it so much. I really do. Our good friends, husband and wife, are from Moscow. Great people and strong convictions. Beautiful. I'm very glad. Thank you for mentioning that. um, in general, people are usually more focused and they are less fluid. They usually know what they want, they go for their goals, value family, but of course, there are exceptions, undoubtedly. So, my dear friends, if you're enjoying me, okay, I'm darker and darker. I'm becoming more and more mysterious. I'm gonna be an international woman of mystery. I had a very precious person in my life, and he used to call me International Woman of Mystery. So maybe we'll rename my channel. Sim- Since I'm fading into the dark. But my dear friends, thank you so much for joining to this. I was going to go live really short and then go from home, but I didn't. So I won't go from home, but we will read the book. We are reading actually an amazing book. It's called The Way of the Superior Man. I don't know. I'm going out tomorrow. It's Friday, but I think I'm gonna be back before too late. So I'm gonna try to go live tomorrow, but um if not, then Saturday or Sunday, we're gonna continue reading this beautiful book, The Way of a Superior Man. It's a brilliant book for aimed at men, but amazing for women as well. I realize how many misunderstandings I had with men's nature reading this book, and it's just beautiful. It just reassures our reaffirms the difference of in our nature. It's beautiful, beautiful book. So highly recommend it. Highly recommend. Okay, my dear friends, I feel bad to be in this darkness, and plus, bank. But I'm going bank in the post office. That's the plan. I love that book. Alinочка, did you read it? Yes, it is a phenomenal book. I wonder if this guy wrote any more books. Oh wow, somebody says very attractive. You know what? I'm flattered because I'm almost faded into the dark. This is a positive person right there. This is a positive attitude. Thank you, William. I appreciate this comment. Um, if this is your kind of conversation, once the video is over, you can go in the beginning and actually see the light and hear the topic. But anyway, my beautiful friends, thank you for being with me. If I missed your comments and you put a lot of heart and soul in the comment, once I'm finishing this video, right underneath the video, I will personally reply you. If you want to connect with me, CCGB, you are magical. Here is my email. It's also my PayPal, by the way. One of them, consultveronica@gmail.com. You can write or support the channel or do both. If you want to me to comment on your story, if you want to share something and you want me to read your letter on live, let me know. That is free of charge. If you want to work with me, if you have a complicated situation with a female that you would like to conquer, win, attract into your life, then I could help you probably. If you're a lady that cannot decide about a man and you are stuck, I feel all the confidence at this point in my life to help you. As I went on the next level myself, I would say, in my understanding. And if you just love and being here, what you can do is put a thumbs up, put if you subscribe, make sure you push all, and maybe then you will have a notification, because very often I don't notification doesn't come, unfortunately. You can also buy me a cup of coffee if you enjoyed my conversation. um Also, you can sign for my Patreon and you can write me personal messages and I will reply, but please don't make them inappropriate, because I had to block some people on my Patreon today because Listen, I'm not gonna let you to abuse me for $10, okay, for the tier. So remember being respectful. This is not about me personally or anything like that. If you have questions and you want to have 10-minute message exchange, you can join either coffee site or Patreon site, and I will personally help you. You don't have to book a call. I can just give you a structured answer that you can apply. As I'm fading, I do feel like an international woman of mystery as I'm fading in the dark. All right. Yes, CCGB post all my important links. Thank you so very much for being here. If I would have a light and a book, we would keep going, but I don't. So we'll do that next time. Much love and bliss as my favorite YouTuber. One of my very favorite YouTuber, CCGB knows who that is, always says. I am copycatting. um, have a most blessed evening, blessed day. If you just came late, feel free to rewatch. Maybe when you're doing something, maybe when you're cleaning your car or cleaning your house. Me personally, I'm addicted to long lives from the people that I love only. So anyway, Alinочка, CCGB, who else? Stan, Elizabeth, all my supporters. Thank you so much for coming, for helping out, cleaning the chat, posting good links. Thank you. I really love and appreciate you, and I will see you very soon. If you want to see more, check out the beginning, and also if you would like to be part of next conversation, please subscribe. Oh, and light came on for a second. Much love and bliss. I'm copycatting today. Thank you, Linочка. Love you too. And much love to everyone.